Washington football addicts, baby. Let's go. Washington football addicts. We've been repping for years. Always keeping it real. It's Rod, Steve, Devin, Phil. We talking about latest deals and what goes on the field and happenings with the team. So listen if you a female. Going with.
What is going on, Washington football addicts? It's your boy Rod, and the addicts are back with Pod 86. And you guys know I always kick it to Phil, but before I do that, I just wanted to say in public, fuck the Bills Mafia, man. I've been trying, Steve's been trying to get fellow podcasters to co-collab with us and have been unsuccessful. That's why we have no guests tonight. It's just us, but that's fine because we're still going to bring the heat. We're still going to bring all the knowledge and what you guys need to prepare. So without further ado, I will kick it to Phil.
Irvin Fryer, man, that's my guess.
No, sir. Pod number 86. I had a couple. We were talking about this before. I had a few options, but I decided to dig into the crates on this one. So,
Fred Davis.
No. Episode 86 is dedicated to John Palak. John Palak was a defensive end for the Washington Redskins in 1956, and then, after 2 years in the military, rejoined us in 1959 and played till 1965. He was a Pro Bowler in 1964. And if you notice, Pro Football Reference has gone back and done unofficial sack totals back to 1960 now. They've gone through every game. And so just to kind of give you an idea, his last 3 years in the league, 63, 64, 65, he went 7 sacks, 10.5 sacks, 10.5 sacks. And these are back in 14-game seasons, which is a little more impressive when you look at it then. I'd say one-time Pro Bowler, played during a time in which the team was kind of rebuilding and getting back. Went through some dark times in the early 60s, much darker than we've seen lately, actually. But, I decided to dig into the crates and pick up a guy who realistically by far had the most productive career. He had the nickname. It's funny. He had the nickname Gentle John because he was anything but. It's kind of like, in Robin Hood, they had Little John. He was huge. Well, Gentle John was not very gentle at all. Dude was a very violent player. So why not? We could use a little violence this weekend coming up.
We need it. Definitely do. And that's a great intro to the pod as always. So I appreciate you for that. So we're going to flip on over and ask a question to all the hosts this night. Who are the 2021 Buffalo Bills? So we saw them surprisingly lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers week 1, 23-16, and they led that game and up until the fourth quarter, and then Pittsburgh had a pretty incredible comeback. I think scored like 17 points in the fourth quarter alone. And then they blanked the Bills last week, they blanked the Dolphins last week 35-0. So you're like looking at the stats, Josh Allen isn't the Josh Allen of yesteryears. He is still deadly. He's still someone I think that has to be feared, but he hasn't started the season as expected. So, Steve, I'll kick it to you. Who are the 2021 Bills? Who are we going to be facing on Sunday?
I mean, they're a team who have given up not a lot of points. Mm-hmm. Granted, like you said, they played a banged-up Tua and a banged-up Steelers, but hey, was it 11 points between the two games, something like that? Not a lot of yardage. It's a great team. We are going to be up for a challenge. I think this is the first true challenge of the year. What up, Justin? What up, Justin? Thanks for joining us. And I'll save the details of what I have to say for later on because I got some numbers I'll throw out there. But it's going to be a stout defense. They're struggling on offense a little bit right now. Josh Allen hasn't found his way yet, but it's a great team. So this will be – I can't wait to see what happens.
Dev, how you feel about Buffalo Bills, man?
Well, I feel like I think that Buffalo's defense isn't as good as the Giants. I don't think Buffalo's defense isn't as good as Chargers.
Crazy.
You think so this year so far?
That's a hot take.
I think so.
I
think it's the best defense we've faced so far.
Really?
Yeah.
What were the Bills rated in defense last year? Were they higher than the Chargers and the Giants?
Let's just look at. But
I don't know who's the all bro. I mean,
all right, last year,
San Diego has like the next coming Sean Taylor. They're saying they have the best, one of the top 2 or 3 best defensive ends in the league, and really, offense wasn't why we lost.
Last year,
and then you look at the Giants.
I want to answer your question because this actually gives Dev some credence. Last year, the Bills ranked 16th in points allowed and 14th in yards allowed on defense. It was their offense, which was second in both of those categories.
Right.
And this year, it seems to be their offense again. They're 12th in points for, and they're second in points allowed. But we got to remember, one of those is they blanked the Dolphins, who really haven't looked that good this year.
Quarterback went out in the first round.
And
first quarter.
Yardage.
So, I'm not scared of the defense.
I mean, their defense is ranked. They don't have yardage rankings yet. Well, yeah, they do. Defense, yeah, looks good, but their offense is kind of middling as far as yardage and so forth. And even though they haven't lost it, they fumbled 6 times in the first 2 games.
Not to mention the quarterback is throwing like 50-something% passing. He's not playing well at all. And I told everybody this, that was doing this whole thing about, Josh Allen's like the 3rd best quarterback. He's better than Lamar Jackson. I'm like, dude, Lamar Jackson been in the league 3 years and got an MVP trophy. And he should have, the last year was better than the year he won the MVP trophy. And you don't know what he would have done this rookie year because he ain't played till like week 8. So I'm like, you calling this guy elite in 1 year of football. The 2 years prior, he was an average to below average quarterback. Then he just all of a sudden showed his ass last year. So
I don't think he's elite. He's good and he's improving.
He is
That's
good.
all you want. That's all you want.
He is good. He doesn't look improvement. He's actually having a horrible start. He's having a horrible start. So I'm like, everybody's talking about Bills are great. I mean, should the Bills beat us? Yeah, based on last year, they should. But are they the Bills of last year? And even if they are, their defense wasn't somebody that we should be as scared of as we were the Giants and the Chargers.
Well, hold that thought.
2 All-Pros each, by the way.
Hold that thought, Dev.
Giants and Chargers have 2 All-Pros.
We're going to talk about the defense a little bit more.
Because their corner ain't even playing.
Hold that thought, Dev. We're going to talk about defense a little bit more later on. We're going to go in depth. All right.
I'm sorry.
Another thing to kind of point out, their offense, like their main weapons right now, of course, are in the passing game, are Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley, right? Neither one of them are going for 10 yards a catch. Both of them are under 10 yards of reception right now. Now, granted, Diggs has 13 catches, Beasley has 12 through 2 games. So that's one's at 6.5 yards, one's at 6 catches per game. But neither one of them. Diggs is averaging about 65 yards a game, and Beasley's averaging less than 50. So there's not a lot of explosiveness coming from their key players. Now, granted, 2 games is a bit of a small sample size when you're trying to measure statistics like this, but that's a trend that they're playing the short game and that they are fumbling the ball. 3 fumbles per game. Not 3 fumbles lost, but 3 fumbles. That's opportunities for the other team to get the ball. And you don't want to give the other team opportunities. You don't want to show them those opportunities. So it's weird because last year they rode their offense, and this year right now it seems like they're riding their defense a bit more, and their offense is struggling. So I don't know what the reason is, but they're almost a flip-flop from last year.
Yeah, they are. And next topic I'm going to dive into is actually how good is Josh Allen. So you just said that their offense is struggling to kind of ride in their defense, and that's a flip from yesteryears for sure. So the recent QB rankings, QB index on NFL.com, Josh Allen slid 5 ranks to number 10, which is still incredible as far as looking at from the lens of a Washington team. But the quote says that he's Pro Football Focus 29th ranked passer thus far. That's in part to his aggressive play style, but it hasn't translated to production. He only has 5.3 yards per attempt, which is 31st in football. Now that I know we're going to talk about our defense, in the next topic, but that scares me a little bit. But then I will just gave you his numbers: 2 games, 56 completion percentage, 449 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 79 rushing yards. I'm scrolling down to find our guy, Taylor Heineke. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling.
Regular.
I'm on NFL.com. I'm scrolling. Okay, I found him. He's 30th.
Yeah.
Two
PFF,
games.
he's 26th.
Yep. So he's 30th on NFL rankings, NFL.com rankings. 2 games, 73.8 completion percentage, which is he's like the highest in NFL history for a quarterback's first 3 game starts. 458 passing yards, 7.5 yards per attempt, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. So when you look at those numbers and you talk about it, Taylor Heinicke in 1.5 games has more passing yards in production than Josh Allen. Now, I'm not saying that Josh Allen isn't a good quarterback. I think he's still a phenomenal player, and we have to game plan and watch out for him. But that was just interesting when I start pulling up the numbers for this game and just seeing how we compare offensively, defensively. I think Josh Allen is someone that can be beaten, and that's really what I'm getting to. So, Phil, I'll kick it to you first. How good is Josh Allen? Do you think that he's having a true regression? Is it just too early in the season? Can we beat him?
He's beatable. He's not Patrick Mahomes level of everybody panic. He is somebody who can blow up and have a big game. I don't think that where he is now is truly where he is. I think he's capable of doing better. We saw it last year. But as far as is he as good? Is he MVP material? He's on the outside looking in to me. I don't think he's quite year in, year out contender for most valuable quarterback, but he can have the kind of games and the kind of stretches of play that do contend. I don't know if he can do it season in, season out, 16, 17 games in a row. I don't think he's that consistent. But I think that what you've seen is a bit of a regression from last year because teams, I think, have now had a whole offseason to kind of figure him out now that he's developed. Now it's like, okay, now we know what he can do. Now we got a game plan to stop it. But I think he's better than what he's shown this season.
Dev?
I've already told you what I thought about him. I think that he's a good quarterback, but we've seen this before. A guy plays about 2 average years, all of a sudden has a great year. We've seen the guy in Atlanta do it. We've seen Wentz do it. We've seen RG3 do it. We've seen Goff get a big contract after 1 year. I'm not saying he's those guys, but what I'm saying is don't jerk the guy off yet, man. I mean, he's not really done. He's had a great 1 year. He's been pretty much shit this whole season so far.
I wouldn't even go that far to say that much.
Man, he's throwing 52 or 53% passing, and he has more interceptions than touchdowns. If that was Heinicke, y'all be crying for Cam Newton right now.
No. He's got more touchdowns than interceptions.
What's his quarterback rating?
His
as far as the rank.
Okay, hold on. I'll throw this at you because I'm going to give you a comparison. All right, so he's got 3 touchdowns to 1 interception this year.
Almost the same exact number as Heinicke this year.
Now listen to this.
Right.
Talk about
but we ain't calling Heinicke Josh Allen.
He has a quarterback rating of 77.9. He has a QBR of 44.7.
Right.
All right. Now, let me compare that to our starting quarterback, Mr. Heinicke.
I'm not trying to compare him to Heinicke.
Well,
nobody's calling Heinicke Josh Allen.
Taylor Heinicke has a quarterback rating of 104.4, but he has a QBR of 45.6. He's
what's his throwing completion percentage?
Way better. It's 73.8%.
What's Josh Allen's?
Lower.
What's that? What is his?
56.
Right
now on the dot.
Yeah, 56 on the dot.
How many completions Josh Allen got?
47.
How many completions Heinicke got?
Hold up, Thomas.
That's not a fair comparison. No, hold on. I'll tell you why.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you why. He hasn't had to do it like in the Pittsburgh game he did. But you gotta think he did that. He also had 2 quarters more football. And that's a 25% more football that he's played.
And he has 25% less completions too.
No, he has the same number, 45 to 40. Heinicke is 45, right?
Yeah, and in 2.5 less quarters.
No, in 2 less quarters, we'll say. Allen has 47. he hasn't had to lean on the pass as much because their defense played so well last week that they didn't have to throw the ball as much. They leaned more on the run last week. And that a balanced attack can make up for a quarterback who's struggling too.
All I'm saying is that everybody is talking about
Scott Turner run the ball.
Man, Scott Turner wasn't the problem. The problem the problem we're having is that everybody's putting Josh Allen on the pedestal, man. Like he just beats everybody. Like he's so great. Guy had one great year. He's a good quarterback, man. You can't call a dude great after 1 year. I'm not going to get him.
And I'm the same guy who said here that Heineke had to say, I told Heineke, you did it once. Now let's see you do it again. That's the same thing that Josh Allen is facing. Josh Allen is facing a season where it's like, you did it once for a season. Now let's see you do it again.
Okay, but tell me, you know how hard it is to throw for 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions? And
I mean, Jameis Winston did almost all that.
No, he had about the same amount of picks.
He set the bench last year. He set the bench last year.
Josh Allen is a good player who can run. And what is our weakness? We cannot stop quarterbacks who run. I don't care. This defense cannot stop quarterbacks who run. They can't do it.
I'll give you that. I just don't think their defense is scary.
What I'm trying to say is
you gotta change the defense.
A running quarterback, a quarterback that can run, if he's struggling, that's your easy out. Just take off. It works. It is a foolproof plan. If you can't pass, run. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, a question from Antonio Brown. I don't think he's the famous Antonio Brown, but
no,
he'll be famous.
You gonna twerk on us?
No, if that is the famous Antonio Brown, F you for twerking on us.
He's trolling us.
And he's on the COVID list too as of today. So
is he? So since we're talking about quarterbacks, I guess for me, I'll jump in and answer this first. How do we feel about RG3 wanting to contribute in Washington? I don't know if he has the skill set anymore to be a productive starter. I don't know if he is needed on this roster right now with Fitzpatrick, on IR for a couple of weeks. But I think it would be an awesome story. I think that it would just be nice to have the dude come back home, contribute somehow, some way. I think that he would be a hell of a scout team quarterback, just to run around the pocket and tire the defense out and give them a different look that they're not used to seeing. I don't think it's realistic that he's going to come to us. I don't see Ron Rivera signing him. But for all that we heard about this organization in the years past about being toxic and not really run well, Pierre Garçon still refers to the Washington football team as if it's his team. Griffin wants to come back. There's a handful of players that still hold the team close to heart. So I think it'd be a cool story, but I don't see it happening. Steve?
Did you guys see the little snippet on Schefter's podcast, the video snippet, or did you hear the snippet?
I didn't.
It was pretty cool. Schefter just said, "Hey, with the injuries going down, what do you think?" And he goes, "I'm not begging to come back. First of all,
okay, I read that. I didn't see it.
If your guy goes down, make the call." And he was like, "Just make the call." It'd be a great story. I love Washington. Where he kind of rubbed me wrong, not wrong, but he just said, "I hear fans are still wearing the number 10 jersey in there, and it means a lot if you made an impact somewhere. That's a big deal." But if Taylor Heineke takes a hit and goes down, and we're down to Kyle Allen, you got to sign someone. That's where I'm going. So here's another question. It's not, do you think RGV wanting to come back contribute? We'd be at a crossroads. You have Kyle Allen. You need another quarterback, right? Do they go with that whack-ass Kyle Shermer they just picked up? Or do you go with Cam Newton or RG3? Like, who else are you going to get? I think you have to try to get Cam.
I'd rather get
Cam. It would be a fun
you call Phil Rivers or Drew Brees up.
No, you go Cam Newton.
Hey, question for you guys. Would Curtis Samuel give RG3 number 10 back?
Hell no.
I wouldn't.
I would if I was him.
I would. Please do it so I can wear my jerseys again. Fuck it, man.
I think RG3 would go number 3, though. I think RG3 would go.
Here's the thing. First of all, jerseys are mad expensive. So no wonder people are still wearing the number 10 jerseys. Secondly, sorry, Griff. Some of it's just because of the fact that, we're wearing the jerseys because people spent, $175 on the authentic version, and they don't want to drop another $175. It would be a great story. Cover my face, thank you.
Well,
I could do
talking
that.
shit about Griff. No, it would be a great story. I just don't see where he fits with the way this team's run as far as the offense. I don't think that we've seen this. We've tried to put other quarterbacks into the Scott Turner system, and it doesn't go. The only two guys that make it go so far have been Kyle Allen, has shown the ability to move the ball with it, and Taylor Heineke. And I think Cam fits that mold. He plays more like Heineke and Allen do, as opposed to Griff. Griff does not play the same style of ball. I wouldn't want to try to say, hey, Scott, we're going to bring this guy in. He plays a completely different style of football. Do something with him. Do you think Scott Turner's going to change his offense? No.
Nope.
He'll probably make it more conservative again, and then we go back to the days of 5-yard outs and 3-yard crosses. I don't want that. And I just don't think that he would do that for Griff. And I don't think it would be a good look for Griff to play in an offense like that. I just don't think that he and the current offense we run mix at all.
No, I agree with you, man. And we got a comment from Thomas Milne. So I think y'all might have said it a couple times already, but if we can just get a score on board first, we can rely on our run game a little bit more. So that sort of ties into our next segment. Defensively, can the Washington football team defense please stand up? So if we were to score and rely on the run game, that means that the defense has to keep us close. They have to keep it respectable. We can't get into a shootout if that were to come true. So question for you, Phil, first. After the first 2 weeks of the 2021 NFL season, we heard our fan base, we heard the NFL talk about, hey, the Cowboys defense is sick. Like, they're doing the damn thing. They look good. I rate defenses on points allowed because points allowed and points scored are what win and lose games. And it surprised me today because I did look at points allowed for the Washington football team. 49. Oof. Cowboys, 48. They're tied at 1 in division. You know, the Eagles, 23 points allowed, 1-1. And then the Giants 57. So that kind of shocked me a little bit. But going into week 3, Phil, do you believe that our defense can stand up and do the damn thing versus the Buffalo Bills?
They absolutely can. Will is a different question. We need to see that. And, look, we thought that this defense was highly overrated through the first 4 or 5 games of last season, and then they showed up. We need them to show up starting now. Yeah. But we know that this defense can play better because we've seen this defense play better. And we are starting we got a couple of rookies that are getting a lot of playing time. Jamin Davis, Benjamin St. Juste are playing a lot of snaps. That's not an excuse. That's just an observation. The thing is that this defense has to get a little more creative. They need to learn from where they succeeded. Remember, for all of us giving up 29 points and almost more for some bounces off of hands. This defense did spend a good amount of the last game in the backfield against the Giants. You got to remember, we were putting a lot of pressure early on old Daniel Jones, and that's what kept us, that's how we got the lead initially. But I think that they have to, when other teams adjust to them, they need to adjust on the fly a little bit better. And you saw San Diego do that late. We kind of figured out San Diego for a chunk of the middle of the game, and then they started coming back on us and doing more. Same thing happened in the Giants game. Giants started figuring us out, and we didn't adjust. And I think that we need to be able to adjust better on the fly. This is a team that did really well with adjusting at halftime last season. But that's because they were always playing from behind. This season, both games we've had so far, it's been close throughout the entire game. And I think that we're not making enough adjustments on the fly going into the second half to change things up. I know if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But tweak. Could we do some halftime tweaks at least so that we're not coming out showing the same looks that they've already seen for 30 minutes? Bless you.
Thank you. I muted it. I didn't. Did it make sense?
I saw it, and I'm a nice guy.
I was like, damn, I thought I muted it.
Despite what Twitter and Facebook both think, I'm a nice guy.
Hey, for the podcast community, Rod just sneezed. Bless him.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, so you see the comment from Antonio Brown again. The Washington football team needs a real field general out there in defense. So I'm gonna kick it to you, Dev. We drafted Jamin Davis, first round Kentucky UK guy. He's didn't have as many snaps last week, but the snaps that he did play, he made plays. So do you think that we are on the cusp of having a field general? And we got Chase Young, we got Montez Sweat, but the field general typically belongs to the middle linebacker, someone in that linebacker core. Do you think he's on the cusp of becoming that guy? And if so, how soon?
Well, I think that they should play him there now. I think athletically, I think schematically, I think for the things they want to do on defense, Jamin Davis is an upgrade over Bostic. I can't understand why they play this guy Bostic on third downs. I don't know why they play him at all, to be honest. And you know, I like Bostic enough where I don't think he's a bad enough player to cut, but I think that he needs to be significantly upgraded at that position, man. You know, and I think Jamin Davis was supposed to be it. I don't know why Khaleke Hudson isn't playing this much. That's a question nobody asked.
That's what's up, baby.
Okay, Mike Piatt. Love you, man. Love you, dude.
But I want to just say that I think that, Jamin Davis could be the what was his pro football focus thing the other day? They said
it was his highest grade of the year.
I think it was everybody's. I think it was the rookie highest too, right?
It was until the games were finished. I think the Ravens rookie finished like with the top rating. I don't know his name.
I got all the PFF numbers. I'm just waiting to rip them off.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you rip those off. But I think Jamin Davis needs to play more than Bostic. That's my answer to your question. So yes.
Greg Delaney makes a good point. Secondary is raw, and Collins is still being his famous self. Steve, do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's my thing. Is Jamin Davis will be the field general one day. Just give him some time. He's growing. It's like the quarterback of the defense. Being a middle linebacker rookie is probably harder than being a quarterback. You have to learn so much. You have to coach that whole team, and you're just a linebacker. You're like, I'm just a fucking linebacker. I'm not a quarterback. But you have to quarterback the defense. Landon effing Collins should be the one back there calling the shots, putting people in the right position. But what is he doing? He's not doing a whole lot. So it's not Jamin's fault. He will learn the position. Just give him some time. But Landon he's the other anchor back there. He has to do that, and he's not doing it. So it's very frustrating. As far as the rest of the numbers go, let me just tell you that Washington, I compared all the PFF. You know, I'm a metrics nerd. I love Pro Football Focus. So all the players on defense, edge rushers, AJ Epinesa, he's ranked 5th. Montez is ranked 8th. Jerry Hughes 14th, and Chase is 51st. So it's a little bit of spread, but that AJ dude, you got to watch out for him. Interior rushers, we seem to dominate the one. Allen is 5th. Payne is 16th. Ed Oliver's 25th, and Matt Ioannidis is 49th. So we seem to dominate the one. Linebackers, Matt Milano, the number 1 Pro Football Focus ranked linebacker in the NFL right now is Bills linebacker Matt Milano.
And I wanted him in free agency so bad.
Jamin's 38th, Cole's 44th, Tremaine Edwards 48th. So we're lagging behind. Cornerbacks. They dominate us on the cornerback PFF rankings. Dane Jackson, 19, Teron Johnson, 23, Kendall, 60th, Tre'Davious White, 63, and Levi Wallace, 74. So outside of Kendall, none of our dudes even appear in the top 100. Safeties. Cam Curl's ranked 11th. Micah Hyde ranked 12th. Micah Hyde's a great safety, by the way. Bobby McCain, 43rd. Jordan Poyer for the Bills, 48th. Landon's nowhere to be found. So,
hey, Steve, I thought St. Juice was higher than Kendall Fuller, cornerback. I thought he was the top ranked guy. For us.
Hope.
When I checked, he was
he had a good bounce back week too. He didn't play bad defense week 1. He just got caught on a lot.
He I'll tell you where he is. He
grew up week 2.
St. Juice is 93rd. So that first week and second week combined, they got him.
Wow.
He dropped to 93rd. William Jackson is 96th. So
William
the defense is off to a rough start.
Seems like he's played better than that.
Well, it's because the first game.
But remember, so PFF is not about did I get a sack, did I get it in? It's did I play correctly on that play? These numbers tell you that they're playing correctly. Buffalo is.
They don't even grade you on PFF whenever you don't appear on the play. According to
you know what though,
Chaos.
It felt like that we haven't seen William Jackson get thrown a lot too either. So it's kind of like he's only showing up when something bad happens. But oftentimes he's not even appearing because they're not throwing the ball his way. it does not feel like William Jackson's getting a lot of balls thrown his way. That's just my observation.
Now, according to Popeye Jones, Popeye Jones said he's trash juice.
He leads the team in interceptions with 1.
That's awful. I mean, I hope we can get at least one.
It's been two games, man.
I know, but
it's crazy. I'll tell you what, though, man. Like it's a lot closer than we probably expect to be. Like as far as the current 2021 capabilities of both teams. Like looking at it, if you close your eyes and just go through the numbers, like their leading rusher, passer, receiver, etc. It's all neck and neck with the Washington football team. Just defensively, top 10 tackles for Teron Jackson, 11 for Kendall Fuller. Now that kind of hurts me a little bit because you want your middle linebackers or your linebackers to lead the team. Well, I guess right underneath it, Cole Holcomb was 11 as well. So, but you don't want your cornerbacks making or leading the team in tackles because you're just too much shit is getting through, man. But
yeah, our defense is having the same year as Josh Allen. That's how I'll put it. You know that they can do more.
So far. Yes.
You know they can do more. They've shown they can do more, but they haven't done more. They haven't done anything this year, really. So,
I don't know if Josh Allen can do anything, man. Y'all basing his whole career on 1 year. He's been in the league 4 years.
Yeah, but that was one good year.
He was raw from the beginning. I mean, he finished second in MVP behind Aaron Rodgers. I'm just saying it was a great year. You can't negate that he had that 1 year.
I'm gonna give you. I saw Wentz get MVP votes. I saw Ryan get an MVP. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, but Matt Ryan's also an effective quarterback. He's won a lot of games.
Yeah, I'm not saying Josh Allen's not effective.
And Josh Allen, he didn't do anything till Stephon Diggs got there. You know that too, right? So I think Stephon Diggs had a lot to do with his success last year. Like people love to compare Lamar Jackson to Josh Allen, and it's not fair because I think Lamar Jackson is better. Lamar Jackson does more with less than what Josh Allen does with Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley.
Steve, do we have an
Emmanuel
answer?
Sanders?
Do we have an answer for Stephon Diggs?
From the defense I've seen so far this year, no, we don't. I mean, you can hope to neutralize them. You know what I mean? We play that soft zone like we've been playing. I don't think. I mean, think about the not elite receivers. What are the great receivers that we've seen so far between the Chargers and the Giants? Giants don't have any. What did Keenan Allen do to us? Destroyed us, especially in clutch moments, just destroyed us. But I think a lot of that was scheme based. If they can fix the scheme, I think we can stop Stephon Diggs. But if they play that lazy soft zone, like for some reason Jack Del Rio's been playing, and if we don't get pressure on the quarterback, he's going to have a field day.
First of all, aren't you the same guy who tried to tell me that Sterling Shepard was a great wideout last year?
I probably said that last year, but that was probably based on Madden. No,
Galladay's a good receiver, man.
I know, but you're just saying the Giants don't have any great receivers, and I just remember having this conversation last year where I said, "Well, who are the Giants receivers?" You said, "Well, we got Sterling Shepard." So,
yeah, and Evan Ingram was supposed to be good too. I mean, shit, he made a Pro Bowl, but I still think he sucks.
He does, but nonetheless, do we have an answer for Stephon Diggs? Maybe.
Yeah.
That's such a maybe, and it's funny because we know how good this defense can be, and that's why everything even when we don't play well, it's maybe. It's maybe we can do it. We may have it. It all depends if they can, just get their heads out of their asses a little bit more or less, and that starts with the coaching. And I know that Del Rio gets a lot of leeway in this. This is not Ron's defense. This is Jack Del Rio's defense. And I'm kind of glad it is that way. But at the same time, maybe Ron needs to get in there and say, Jack, get more aggressive. Get a little riverboat in you.
Yeah.
Because
we're going into enemy territory too. So big challenge for everybody.
And look, hey, for once, kind of off topic, but for once, hey, crowd. I know that we heard some of the Giants fans, but I'll tell you what, at the end of that game last week, our home crowd was rocking that stadium. And I've heard people say it hasn't been like that in years.
Yeah.
That experience. So you know what? Winning does bring the people back. So now will be a good time for us to go out and start winning on the road. so that when they come back home, we have even more of a home field advantage.
Yeah. Well, do we have 2 back-to-back road games coming up? Or are we waiting
pull
for
the
one
schedule
week?
back up?
Yeah.
You had to ask, didn't you?
Ask the question, damn it. Why'd you do that?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, we are back-to-back on the road at the Bills and at the Falcons.
Okay.
We should come out of this with a split because the Falcons look like trash.
We're
But
gonna
they
beat
have a
the
great
Bills,
stadium.
man. We're gonna beat the Bills. Watch.
So,
I feel like we're going to play the Bills tough. We're going to play
No, I think
tough.
we'll beat them. I think we'll beat them handily. I think we'll beat them. Yeah, I think it's a bad matchup for the Bills. Yeah, I don't think that. I'm not saying that we're better than the Bills. I'm just thinking it's a bad matchup. I don't think this is the good enough team. I don't think we're a bad enough team for them to get right against. I don't think they right the ship versus us. What are the Bills? What are the Bills? 1-2, 0-2? What are they?
1-1.
Same as
1-1.
us.
So Dev, I want to ask you then. So if you're saying we're going to beat the Bills, what's Stephon Diggs' stat line? Because you got to. I think you would have to shut him down.
I mean, you just got to shut him out.
Our
The,
defense.
you just got to get him out. You just got to get him out the end zone. I mean, I could perfectly see him catching 6-7 balls, as long as none of them are in the end zone. You know, I think maybe bracket him.
What's he going? What's his stats?
I'm gonna give him 6 for 48.
Wow,
that's actually pretty plausible if you think about it. From the way they've been running them a lot short this year.
But what teams are doing is what Del Rio's doing is playing out and they're catching foul. San Diego didn't really beat Washington. Washington beat Washington that game. Blowing assignments. That's not offense doing that to you. It's them not lining up right or getting in the right areas. Somebody didn't just catch it in their face, shake 3 moves, hurdle a dude, and run it for a touchdown through their face. They didn't get bullied or anything. They literally just blew assignments and lost the game. They almost blew another assignment and lost against the Giants. They almost blew another one and lost the Giants.
Freaking Mike.
perfect time to use that, baby. Let's go.
I'm not on the pack, but that's crazy. But anyways, I'm not saying that we're better than the Bills. I'm just thinking it's a bad matchup for them. I think if our defense gets a little bit of pass rush, I think we'll be okay. I'm not scared of them defensively, man. I'm not scared of their defense as much as I was the Chargers and the Giants. I think they got better players on defense on those teams.
Here's the thing: we haven't gotten a pass rush all year. Why would you think we get a pass rush next? We
got a pass rush against the both teams.
Did you see the Daniel Jones under pressure in the first half of that game?
They got a lot of pass rush in the first game. Dudes let go on the ball in 2 seconds.
Maybe disruptions or hurries or
we did. I'll agree with Dev. We did. We caused disruptions, but
we didn't finish.
We
didn't have the impactful plays that you would expect from said.
We don't give up 3 of those 3rd and 8, 3rd and 17s, man. It's just like I said. It's just that Bostic got to get that motherfucker out the game on 3rd downs, bro. And no disrespect to Bostic because I think he's a smart player. I think that he tackles. He doesn't miss a lot of tackles, but he doesn't get deep enough on passes, and he blows assignments, man. You can't keep him on the field on 3rd down. I'm a Knicks fan, so it's just like whenever I see Elfrid Payton line up at point guard every fucking game, man, knowing that Derrick Rose is better than him. But he just kept putting him out there. It's what I feel like when I watch Washington. Like, why are they putting Bostic out there on 3rd and long, man? He serves you no good. Why does he keep getting put out there? Why isn't nobody asking him that either, by the way?
2 things. One, Mike Piott just made the point that I was going to make. We are the most potent offense that Buffalo's faced this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is crazy. Crazy. Because
it's going to be a matchup problem.
I watched Pittsburgh literally get 2 big plays, and that was it on their out of their entire offense against the Raiders, who, by the way, looked pretty legit.
Yeah, karma boy.
But
come to DC.
But the Steelers don't look too particularly potent on offense. Miami's kind of a limp dick. So now you've got us who are walking in as the best offense that Buffalo's seen yet this season. So I think that we could propose a test. You know, something about Scott Turner and Taylor Heineke opens up the passing game, which is nice. Now, at the same time, can Antonio Gibson please have more than 13 carries? please, Scott, I'm begging you.
Every time he does, he
Where was
fumbles.
Jared Patterson?
Listen, it's crazy. So I have a coworker who's a Cowboys fan, and I asked him about Zeke. And I know you're talking about AG, so that's why I'm bringing up Zeke right now. So I said, hey man, we kind of believe that he fell off and he's not doing what he needs to do. He said, hey, consider this. Our passing game is working. We're moving the ball with the quarterback. And when it starts getting cold, Zeke will be available. Do you think we're doing the same thing with Antonio Gibson? When you can't pass as effectively.
I think we're giving too many opportunities to McKissick that Antonio Gibson should be getting. I'm over Antonio. I'm over JD McKissick. Great 51-yard catch last week. You are taking opportunities away from that should be going to Antonio Gibson.
Got 80 passes last year. You gonna tell him he should get the ball less?
I got it.
He ain't fumble. He ain't fumble no games away. He ain't fumble no games away.
Just tear the Band-Aid off.
I'm gonna need a refill.
He won a game with his catch, basically. Like what has Gibson ever done, man?
I'm just saying Gibson needs to be in those big opportunities, those third down opportunities. He's not getting those opportunities. First and second, and he comes out.
He dropped like two passes. He dropped like two passes against San Diego.
I want Jared Patterson getting more opportunities. If you don't trust Gibson to be a 20 carry a game back, 25 carry a game back, then you let him get 15 to 18, and you start giving Jared Patterson the ball more because there needs to be some balance. I get what your friend was saying. Oh, Zeke will be ready in the wintertime. But that just sounds like excuses for a guy who's just not producing the way Zeke's not producing this season.
Dallas fans are alcoholics and drunks, dog. I mean, every year,
he's my friend. He's not.
Every year we hear it. Oh, Dallas is winning. Everybody gets, well, Dak is back. Well, Dak went 1-5 last year, man, when he was starting. 1-5, bro. And the only game they won is because Atlanta missed their onside kick they should have got. Then the dumbest player of the year. They won an ESPY for the dumbest player of the year for that.
Thomas Millen with a good point. Do you guys think it's his turf toe lingering?
No, man. Turf toe ain't stopping him catching the fucking ball against San Diego.
He seems to be cutting and moving just fine. He was productive when he was running the ball.
Man, he fumbled twice. He fumbled twice, and he dropped two passes against San Diego. Y'all want him to get more opportunities.
But I'm talking about the Giants game, and he was still productive against San Diego. He had 90 yards rushing on 20 carries. That's 4.5 yards.
He had two fumbles and two drop passes.
4.5 yards. You want 4.5 yards to pop out of your running back.
It don't matter if you get 10 yards of carry if you fumble twice and drop two passes.
Did he fumble against the Giants?
No, but also
that answers my question.
But y'all act like McKissick needs less carries when he's the one that calling passes at the end of the game.
McKissick should not be running the
ball. He got the touchdown.
Like running back.
McKissick got a touchdown at running back.
Because they showed a pass play. They weren't expecting run.
Say what you want to say.
I'm flashing Mike Pyatt's.
I'm Team McKissick, man. I'm Team McKissick. Man.
Do you guys think that McLaurin gets 15 targets? Yay or nay? Just go around the whole yay or nay.
11. No.
11 targets, Phil?
10 to 12. Yeah. 11 Steve? Sounds about right.
No.
How many do you think he gets, Steve?
Targets. I'll say 12. He'll catch 8.
I give him 8 targets, 5 receptions. I think that their defense is just that much better that it's going to be a little bit more challenging for our hometown hero. And I don't think so.
I don't think the Bills are better on defense than the Giants or San Diego, man. I really don't.
I hate to say this, but you see, Rod, your prediction right there is exactly what I thought McLaurin was going to have against the Giants. That turned out to be false. So
and he had Brad, whatever.
Just saying. I mean, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to get like 8 targets, and I thought he was going to have like 5 catches for 65 yards or something like that.
What do you ever said
out there and balled.
4 receptions, 62 yards for San Diego.
Right. He had that on San Diego. San Diego got 2 former Pro Bowl corners and an All-Pro safety. Now the Giants got an All-Pro corner and a Pro Bowl safety. But what do the Bills have? Their corner ain't even playing, right?
They got Josh Poyer.
Jaron Johnson and Dane Jackson. They're just decent. They're not superstars. They're not.
None of those guys are all pro.
Neither are our guys. Neither are our guys.
You know what? Well, they can't. We see William Jackson.
We got an all pro on the line.
The thing is, though, is you made a point. They're decent, and it scares me that if Scott Turner sees that, he's going to throw the running game completely out of the playbook because he's going to say, well, they're just decent. Oh, I can pass all day on these guys. And we might even win doing that. But you're not going to win an NFC East title working that consistently.
I think the mismatch is going to be their receivers versus us. Our defense. We have Terry McLaurin and then Logan Thomas. Who else we have? You could say J.D. McKissick, but that's it. Adam Humphries might get you a snag or two, but nobody else do anything. I mean, they have Diggs, Emmanuel
Ricky
Sanders,
Seals,
and Cole Beasley. And one play doesn't count. Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, and Cole Beasley. Like, that's a lot to stop. They're fast. They're shifty. They're wiry.
And yet they haven't been that productive with those guys.
They haven't, but those guys have been playing well, and we know what they can do, and they're all healthy right now. Right now, they're healthy.
How well can you say they're playing when they're not being productive?
I'm saying that we know what they can do if Josh Allen is in tune, and they're all ranked higher than our wide receivers from a Pro Football Focus perspective. As much as you want to put in stock into those rankings, our guys are nowhere to be found, even remotely close, besides Terry McLaurin. From a wide receiver perspective, tight ends, they're tight end. They have a guy who's ranked higher than Logan Thomas, named Dawson. No, he's ranked 20th. So I don't know much about him. I just looked his name up. So
he's decent.
Tre'Davious White is playing. Mike,
he is.
I'll be out there.
Micah Hyde might not be playing. He's questionable. Starla, whatever his name is, he's not going to play.
Well, Cole Beasley didn't practice today. I didn't know that. He's a DNP. If they DNP
Star Latoya
Wednesday,
he's not
here's
play.
The thing: Cole Beasley is the guy that scares me because he's the kind of guy that goes off on us. It's always the number 2 guy.
Always did. You're right.
That goes off on us, and so if Cole Beasley doesn't play, I feel a lot better all of a sudden. But if Cole Beasley's playing, then that's the guy I'm worried about going 10 catches for 98 yards.
Yeah, what kind
of have an entire roster of Buffalo Bills.
You know what? I might try that. Just enter like a $1 entry on FanDuel, put everyone playing Washington just to see what comes out. You can do that. Do a 1 p.m. special
on our FanDuel.
1 p.m. No, 1 p.m. special, and then By the way, join the FanDuel if you're listening, please.
Right. Finally.
We're trying to get enough. We might have to bump it down to 15 so we can get 13 to play, 13 to run it.
Right.
20. We need 16 out of 20 to run it. We were close. We had 13. We were close, but
I don't do FanDuel, man. I'll do season-long fantasy because I'm a marathon runner. I'm not a sprinter.
That's the fun part, though. You bet one bad lineup. Hey, forget about it. Get another good lineup next week.
I never make money out of FanDuel. I hate it.
I won $8 last week with my lineup. Not too bad.
I
use Jared and Gibson out there like Philly did McCoy, and who else did McCoy do it with? Two halfbacks.
Here's the question. I guess we should ask because we're kind of battling back and forth here. Do we want to move to predictions?
Yeah, let's go.
Go ahead.
Let's go. I am logging all the predictions. So last week, I'll recap last week before we start. Dev, you had 28-14 Washington football team. Phil, you had 23-19 Washington. Dev said Heineke would have 350. That was pretty close. I don't know his total yardage. Phil, 23-19 Washington. AG would have 110 yards rushing.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Rod had the Giants winning 27-16. Daniel Jones ripping off a 422 and 3 touchdown day. I had Washington winning 20-17. Leonard Williams with 2 sacks. And then Daniel Jones would have 60 yards rushing. He totally obliterated that number.
Yeah. 95.
Other than that, none of the guests got close with the scores. They were all pretty much around ours, a little bit different. But none of them had 30-29? What was the final score? 30-29?
30-29.
30-29 final score. So, yep.
Before you go, Phil, though, so ref the district quoted or
26-24 Washington. I already got it logged.
I have him up.
So Nathan Stoner Trev, I don't know who that was, but I'm logging you guys for 26-24 Washington football team. And Rod, are we still trying to give away the Ryan Grant signed jersey?
Absolutely.
If there's a second prediction, I'll give away the Bryce Love signed pylon for what it's
I'd rather have that. Hold
on. Hey, we'll see. I got to find it first. I have it somewhere.
Steve said he's going to send me as a pity. Steve said he's going to send it to me at the end of the season as a pity gift, and no one wins it because of my Bryce Love fandom.
I should.
I'm putting it on my girlfriend's side of the bed, so when I die for the pylon, I win 2 trophies.
Phil, what is your prediction?
Oh, this is going to be heartbreaking to say, but I'm going to say we're going to play it tough. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be another cardiac kid game where you're going to be reaching for the Tums and for the Pepto. But I see us losing this game 27-23. So 27-23 Buffalo.
All right.
27-23 Buffalo. Okay.
Thomas Millen has it 34-27 Washington.
34-20. Ooh.
Yeah, you got us racking up some points on Buffalo.
Yeah. We racked up on better defenses.
Dev, what's your prediction?
35-20, good guys. And Heineke throws another 300. He's thrown 300 yards every game he's played for us, guys. Every game he's played for us, he's thrown 300 yards over 60% passing. Every game he's played for us.
I do think he's going to be at about like 280 this week. I don't think he's going to
300, 2 touchdowns, maybe 1 pick.
Hold up. I'm writing it down. 280, 300. What'd you say? 2 TDs?
Yeah. 1 pick.
He's saying over 302 TDs. Okay. I said he'll be at 280.
280. What's your score, Dev?
35-20, good guys.
35-20. Watch football team. I also logged your 6 for 48 stat line for old Terry. You did say that, right? 6 for 48.
Log this stat line for me.
Go ahead.
If Cole Beasley plays, this is if he plays.
He just got a Veterans Day off.
He'll go 10 catches for 95 yards and a touchdown.
10, 95, and 1.
Hey, go check out Cole Beasley's mixtape, by the way.
You like it? Is it good?
The worst shit ever. He's horrible. But I'm sure he sell more albums than I would, so I'm not going. He definitely he has a mixtape, and it's a legit one. It's like I think it's got like the baby or some people on it. It's got like some real people on it, man. Cole Beasley mixtape. Check it out.
I will not check it out. Antonio Brown says Washington football team 29, Bills 26. You got that, Steve?
Got it. Got Antonio Brown. I got go ahead and rip off Mike's. 31-29 Buffalo, and Hopkins misses 2 field goals.
Damn.
Man. Hey, that mulligan last week, how clutch was that, man?
What's up, Andrea?
How
you doing?
That's my girlfriend, man.
We know.
Is it Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
I always alternate between
us. Andrea. Hello, Andrea. How are you doing?
How you doing?
Thomas Millen agrees with you, though, Dev. He says 300 plus 2 touchdowns for Haskins. So
it's gonna happen, man. Haskins. What the fuck, man? Hey, listen. Hey, play the weed. How come he don't get the weed thing? How come the weed thing don't show up when he? How come he don't get the?
Don't make me laugh so hard.
I drink, man. I drink.
Fuck all that. Show the weed thing, man. He just make. There you go. That's for Rod right there. Rod. I ain't seen nobody talk about no
Haskins. It's the same thing. They both begin with an H. It's a.
Yeah.
I was watching ESPN earlier, and they were talking about Big Ben's pectoral injury, and Haskins might be stepping up. So he was in the back of my mind. My apologies.
Haskins is their number 2.
Good for him. I hope he does. If he gets the opportunity, I hope he does it.
Me too. About RG3 though, since I didn't really get a chance to say anything about that, I'll take RG, but I'd rather have Cam.
Knew that was coming.
Nah,
I think he's definitely a change. He's a changed Robert Griffin. He is not the Robert Griffin of old, by the way.
I think his skill set matches exactly what they want to do here.
Yeah,
I don't know how healthy he would be when he gets hit once. You never know, but
I don't know how well he has as memory. You know, the playbook studies. You know what I mean? The stuff that they used to knock him on, the reading the defenses, and I don't know where it stands. Really don't.
It would be cool seeing him run out there with the flag and shit. RG3.
That's what he was saying. It would be a cool story. That's what he said. He goes, it would be a cool story. It would be a cool story.
Cool story.
Maybe 5 years from now.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it stays a cool story, by the way. I don't want RG3. I don't want to have another quarterback. I want to keep the one we have. I'm going to keep riding Heineke, man. Do you think Heineke keeps the job when Fitz comes back?
Heineke can be consistent with it.
If we're 2 games above 500 when Fitz is ready, yes, I think he will keep the job.
I think so.
I think it's his. You know what Fitz is. You don't know what Heineke is yet. Yeah, it's his.
Let's find out.
I think before we started, I said by week 6 it would be his anyways, even with the healthy Fitz. I think we all kind of said it between week 6, 7-ish, give or take.
Y'all did.
I said
I did not.
I said if he ever gets in, it's over. I knew if he ever got in the game, it was going to be over for that dude, man. I'm going to hate the end of the year though, and we barely missed the playoffs or something, or we make
right
it
back where we started.
And Ron has said something like, "Man, if I could have went back, I would have started Heineke the whole year and gave him the whole offseason." I guarantee that's what he's going to do. I wish it, I regret not letting him be the number 1 quarterback the whole offseason. Guarantee he says it.
Let's chill on that until he does it for a prolonged stretch before we start getting into those kinds of regrets.
Yeah.
I just hope we hit the lotto. But my prediction.
Let's go, Rod. Let's go. What do you got?
Would you still do this pod if you hit the lottery in $1 million?
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. I wouldn't be working.
We'd be increasing the production value if that happened.
Absolutely. We don't have fucking 4K cameras. I might fly us somewhere and we just do the podcast on the beach.
Yes.
Damn.
We would have. You said 1 million or 100 million?
100 million. All the millions.
Okay. Yeah. All the millions. Yeah. 1 million. I might. I'll buy you a webcams or some shit like that. 100 million. We're doing the destination podcast. But I'm gonna give my prediction. I think. You guys ready? I think that the Washington football team against the Buffalo Bills in Week 3.
I was losing again.
We'll be on the lower end of the totem pole, so they will lose this game. They will lose this game. I think it'll be close. I think it will be 27 to 21. And the 2 missed field goals from Mike P will come into play, and we lose that game by 6. So 21 Washington, 27 Buffalo.
Then we sign destroying, and then we're good.
I wish, man. I wish. I've been tired. I've fucking wanted that guy since May.
Proof is in the tweet. I am close to you, Rod. I am 27-20 Buffalo, and Josh Allen has 65 yards and a touchdown. Listen, I don't like to go against Vegas too much. Vegas is spotting Buffalo 9 points. That is huge. Washington football team covers they cover the 9 points. 27-20. But they don't win this game.
I'm betting on Washington.
I am putting money down on Washington covering the 9 points.
I think I am too.
Yeah. That's a good bet.
So explain that to me. If we beat them, it doesn't matter. You win.
We can lose. We just have to
lose if we win, it's an automatic win. But if we lose, as long as it's within 9 points, it's a win as well.
So you have basically a big bubble to get to. That's why the spread's so fun to play against.
I bet my whole EBT card, man.
They just got to cover. And you know what, Thomas Millen, you're right.
This is why I do it. I'm the homer that always says we're 12-4 every year. I'm trying to be realistic, and I'm happy when we win.
Now he ain't being realistic. He gets losing every game so far.
12-4 every year, and then pick us to lose every game during the season.
We'll be 0-3 if Rob was right now.
I'm 1-1 so far. I said we would win week 1.
I want to be wrong so bad. Make me wrong.
I didn't. I said we would lose.
All right.
Make me wrong.
I was right.
Antonio Brown. Hey, so you're saying it's going to be another Giants game again where it comes down to – how about that drive, by the way, by Taylor to get it down there?
Who did he throw the ball to? Was that McKissick?
Out and up. McKissick.
Put some respect on his name.
By New York. Hey, he's a great player.
You know what?
No, if you watch that video I shared in the group, he set it up perfect. They was throwing that. They was running McKissick in motion, and they was running the out with him all the time, over and over again. Eventually, he ran an out and up, and that's why the dude bit on it. Right? Yeah. Right. But he was running that out with him the whole game. If you watch the replay of the game.
What as a quarterback, you don't pump fake to the side you're going to because defenders are going to be looking at the guy. Like the defender was looking at JD McKissic. So pumping to him doesn't do anything. You're supposed to pump to the opposite side to draw the safety and linebackers over. But the Giants are so bad, they were already over. Like he pumped to the right side and they were already on the linebackers and safeties were already going to the other side. I don't know how it worked out, but damn it.
Because that's where McKissic was. I mean, that's where McLaurin was.
Because honestly, I don't think that's where Heineke was going to go until he saw McKissic was open and went, "Oh shit!"
No, he had that the whole. He had that the whole time. He didn't look off.
Maybe the pump was to the right to go to the left. I don't know.
You watched the video. You watched the video.
That was his intent. From when I watched that back, I think that was his intent. Was he was going to go. He was going to go. He went right, looked one way. He was going to go the other. But when he pumped, he went, "Shit!" They left him open.
Yeah.
If you watch the replay, he never even looks on the other side. He literally, like you could tell, they showed in that video still on the Facebook. I forgot who did it on YouTube, but he broke down all of his passes, and that was a big one at the end. They was running that same set the whole game, and they were pretty much running the dude in motion, seeing if his man, and then they would do an out to him, but he wasn't really getting open, so they was hitting McKissic on that little slant he was doing. But on that play, that he ran it out and he just ran straight up, and that dude literally the corner just bent on the out, and he was gone up the sideline. I wish he was faster though, man. That dude's slow as molasses after he caught it. But
yeah,
McKissic, man, put some respect on his name.
Are you giving a shout out to McKissic?
McKissic is my shout out. I like McKissic, man. Y'all hate on him. Y'all been hating on him since last year, especially Steve.
I like him, man. He performs. He is catches. What we thought Chris Thompson would be. So I'm good with him, man.
Accurate. Completely accurate. That's what we wanted. Chris Thompson kind of was that if he could stay healthy. He just couldn't stay healthy.
He couldn't stay healthy. Yeah. McKissic does stay healthy, so
couldn't stay healthy.
I'll give him that. Philly 83. Shout out to Twitter for shutting down your account, or no?
I see. Shout out to social media for making me like the pariah. Like I look at some of the things other people. I don't even know why I got banned on Twitter. I don't even know if it's because of something I said, something I posted, something I shared, or maybe it was just one of those things where someone tried to log into my account and they closed it down until they verify it. I don't know. But I'm now on suspension from both Facebook and Twitter.
Are you ISIS?
Huh?
Hey, what's that one the Republicans got? What's that called?
On this podcast, it might have something to do with it.
What's the one that Donald Trump goes to now?
If anything,
Parler.
Yeah, you get on Parler, man.
Parler
didn't even exist. That got shut down by Apple.
They're in Facebook Messenger now too, so nobody's safe. You're going to be in our text messages next.
Y'all. Yeah, because Dev caught 3 days from.
Yeah, we're going to move our admin chat to Signal. I'm pretty sure, boys, coming soon.
Well, Morse Code podcast coming soon, man.
Oh man, that's funny.
Y'all do know Morse Code, by the way?
Instant Messenger still around?
They still teach that?
Morse code is. I have people I work with who were former Morse code practitioners. Believe it or not, it's dead. I mean, people still know it, like Boy Scouts.
They probably teach them like in Sears school, which is like survive, evade, resist, escape, or something like that.
Yeah. It's not a military occupational specialty anymore. It used to be like a job, but not anymore. Morse operators was actual.
I'll just be, if I'm captured, I'm just gonna be yelling, help! Like,
right,
yeah, free,
man down.
Yeah.
You see the FBI agent trying to teach those kids.
Do you remember U571? You seen U571? The movie U571, where he's handcuffed and he's banging Morse on the pipes. I am U571. Destroy me.
Still has a Buddha look.
A Buddha look, huh? What's up, Fat Joe? I got belly on me.
It's the beard. It's the beard. Shout out to everyone participating in the chat tonight, man, because we've been trying very much so to have an opposing teams podcast and or fan jump on with us. And because we were kind of short on topics, to be honest. And you guys give us a lot to talk about. And, you punch something up and you kind of give us a segue. So we appreciate the feedback. It means the most. I love the live pods more than the pre-recorded ones, just because the feedback and back and forth banter with you guys is awesome as always. So Shout out to Justin Sawyer as well. He's probably not watching anymore. If he is, salute for staying on.
Yeah, and
Steve
sorry about your lanyard, bro. Like,
yes,
I sent you that in July.
Steve showed us the destroyed envelope and the USPS message saying, "Hey, we're sorry, we found this." It was the lanyard was not there. So I am going to Manhattan, Kansas this weekend. I will bring that Ryan Grant jersey. If no one wins it, I'll just give it to you, just as a thank you and a sorry for winning something and not having it arrive. So that will be the consolation. If no one gets the score right, I'll link up with you the next 2 weeks while I'm out there, and I'll give it to you, Justin. So,
hey,
that's me. Steve?
Hey. Yeah, shout out to Mike Piat. Thanks for joining us, man. Shout out to the Eddie Mike podcast. Appreciate what you guys. Rep the district. Thanks for joining in. Hey, and if you haven't already done so, please go to the YouTube channel, regardless of which platform if you're watching this on. Please go please go subscribe. You know, we're trying to build our brand. We're just trying to get better, trying to put out some better content for you guys, trying to rip off, more and more content each week. But you haven't done so, please help us grow. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, and join us on YouTube. But continue to watch us through the other platforms, through Twitter, Periscope, Facebook group, the Facebook Live that we do. So thank you for everything. And Thomas Millen, everyone else in the chat. Thanks for chiming in, Antonio Brown. Hey man, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and just open disclaimer to everyone. We ask you guys to subscribe, not so we can get rich off of the podcast. It's to truly host giveaways. If we can monetize the channel, and even through Facebook. I mean, Facebook allows the same thing, and the Facebook likes, if it turns into views, we can monetize the Facebook channel as well. Just so it hosts giveaways. It generates some income for us through advertisements, whatever, and then we can do bigger and better giveaways. So definitely appreciate all the love that you guys do give us. So
we want to be one. There's a lot of voices. There is a lot of noise in the fandom for the Washington football team, especially online. And we want to help y'all be the biggest voice. Not us be the biggest voice, but we want to help all y'all be the biggest voice. Absolutely. Anybody who's riding with us, whether you have your own podcast, whether you're just in the group, we want to help amplify your voices, because we have found that the people that ride with us, we tend to really like their opinions. We like their takes. We like the way that they present themselves. We want to help amplify that for y'all.
Oh, definitely do, man. So this has been Pod 86. We're going to do a pregame show. I don't know if I can make it, but if you guys still do,
1 o'clock Sunday. We'll go 12:30. We'll go 12:30.
12:30 Eastern Sunday. The acts will be live. If I can be there, I will be there. If not, the guys will hold it down, and let's get that damn dub on Sunday, man. Even my predictions say we're not, let's get the dub. That's all I want, right? So
I ain't trying to hear your shit.
What?
Right there.
0-3. That's what Rod has us. 0-3 after this week. Remember this.
That's for you, Dev.
Don't forget.
Like and subscribe, man. Y'all be good. Peace.
Will do.
Check out this outro.
Go Rod, go Steve, go Phil.